Hello YouTube. Earlier today, Apple released iOS 6.1.3. Up until now, all versions since 6.1 have been able to be jailbroken by evasion. However, this is the version of iOS that breaks such a jailbreak. It uses up 4 out of the 6 exploits that evasion uses. So if you update to 6.1.3, you will not be able to use the evasion jailbreak. Now, for anyone that has already updated, if you have a pre-A4 device, that's the iPhone 3GS, iPhone 4, and iPod Touch 4th generation, you will still be able to jailbreak using Redsn0w. That's what I'm going to be showing you how to do in this video. If you have a previous version, such as 6.0, 6.1, 6.1.1, 6.1.2, check out the link down in the description. That'll show you how to jailbreak those versions using the evasion. A note before we start is that this jailbreak is tethered. I'm going to be showing you how to do it on an iPhone 4, but the fact that it's tethered means that after we go through the initial jailbreak step, we're going to have to run through the boot tethered step. And you'll also have to do that every time your device reboots. Otherwise, you will have no or limited functionality on your device. So before we get started, what you're going to want to have is Redsn0w 0.9.15 Beta 3. That's the latest version of Redsn0w. You can find the link in our download section if you read through the text post down in the description. You're also going to want to download your iPhone, in our case, it's the iPhone 4's 6.0 IPSW. Note that this is the 6.0 IPSW, not the 6.1.3 IPSW. So once you have those two, I just dropped my IPSW into the Redsn0w folder. But once you have those two, you can go ahead and open up Redsn0w, and if you just downloaded it, it'll ask you if you're sure you want to open it. Just hit OK. And from this point on, everything should be same for Macs and PCs. It's just going to be running through the various steps. So the first one is to go into Extras, go to Select IPSW, and you can see we're already in the right folder. And we're just going to select the 6.0 IPSW just so Redsn0w knows to use that IPSW rather than whatever it tries to pull off of this device. Because Redsn0w hasn't been updated for 6.1.3, so we have to trick it into thinking that we're on 6.0. Then once you've selected that, you can go ahead and go into Jailbreak. It'll process all of the jailbreak data so that it can be ready to load it onto your device. And then you're going to check Install Cydia, go ahead and hit Next. And it'll tell you to make sure that your device is both off and plugged in. That's to make sure that it is prepared to be jailbroken, and then it's going to have us put it into DFU mode. But first, go like that, and then slide to power off, and your device will take a little while to power off. But once it does, then you will be ready to begin the jailbreak process. What happens on the next screen is it's going to have you put it into DFU mode, and that's just going to mean that you're going to hold the home button or the power button for 3 seconds, then you're going to hold home and power together for 15 seconds, then you're going to release the power button and hold just the home button for another 10 seconds. So we're going to begin that process now. So hold the power button for 3 seconds, then hold the home button for 10 seconds, then release the power button and hold the home button for another 15 seconds. After about 5 seconds, it should skip to the next screen. And now it'll say exploiting with lime rain. Our device's screen will start to light up at some point in this process. We'll wait for that to happen so I can show you guys. Right now it's waiting for reboot. And you can see it is now lit up. It's saying downloading jailbreak data, and it is now rebooting. And it told us it's a tethered jailbreak. So go ahead and hit OK there. You'll see a bunch of text scrolling past on your screen. Don't mess with your device right now. Just let it do its thing. It'll begin the whole process of moving everything around on your device. Right now it's just processing all the jailbreak data that just got downloaded. So let it go ahead and do that, and it'll reboot throughout this process, and it'll switch to a screen with a pineapple walking on it. I'll show you that when it gets there. And this step can take several minutes. You can see now it's in the moving application step. This will take a while to complete, but once it does, then it's just going to complete that progress bar, and then it'll slowly boot up. Like I said, this is a tethered jailbreak, so that means that after it does eventually boot up, we're going to have to go through the process of doing the tethered boot, which basically means that we're going to run Redsn0w again, and instead of doing the whole jailbreak, it just makes the device boot up into its tethered state. So as I said, moving applications will take a while. So I'm just going to sit here and wait for it to complete. And so you guys can see about how long you can expect it to take. And you can see now we're on to the next one, installing bundles. And after this, the rest of the progress bar should go fairly quickly. Moving applications is really the killer step. And now the device is rebooting, so you can see it's showing the Apple logo. So once we wait for it to boot up, then we will be able to see Cydia there, but we won't actually be able to do anything with it. So what we need to do that is go ahead and go back, and we shouldn't have to select IPSW again because we already did that. So after your device boots back up, you're going to want to go to the just boot mode. But before you do that, we're going to just reboot Redsn0w to make sure that it reloads everything just how we want it. So once again, we're going to boot it up, select our IPSW, hit open, and then go into just boot. And we can it might show up as in recovery mode, and we can go ahead and put our device into DFU mode ahead of time so that we don't have to wait for it. So that's going to be hold the power button and home button for 10 seconds. 6, 8, 10. We're going to hold the release the power button and hold the home button for another 15 seconds. And it'll automatically go onto the next screen when it gets put into DFU mode. It'll say exploding with lime rain, and it'll look like the jailbreaking process, but it'll stop partway through. Don't check any of these. General rule is if you don't know what you're doing, just leave it at the default. You can see it says done, and now we're at the pineapple screen. So after this, your device should boot up just fine, and you will have the tethered jailbreak. So remember, every time your device reboots, you're going to have to connect it to your computer and run that just boot tethered step for it to work properly. But that's the whole process. You can see we booted up, didn't take too long at all. And let's go ahead and unlock the device. And it'll take a little while to load again before it'll process. And you should have Cydia right there on your home screen. You can open it up, and if you get to the screen that says "Who are you?" that means it has been done successfully. So you have just jailbroken your device on iOS 6.1.3. If you want to read through text instructions or watch this video again and have all the links and instructions right there for you, click on the link down in the description. That'll take you to our website, jailbreaknation.com. Check that out for lots of Apple news on releases of iOS updates or jailbreaks. We post daily with all sorts of great news about the world of technology. And thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe to be updated every time a new jailbreak comes out. But that's all we have for now.